Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly badminton action and beyond. This week we report from one of the best loved tournaments of the BWF calendar, the All England Championships. And we catch up with Indian badminton legend Pullela Gopachand on how he's helping to nurture the next generation of talent. The recent completion of the All England Championships marked the 104th edition of the tournament. This makes it the oldest badminton tournament in the world and one of the most prestigious. It may be part of the Super Series calendar that includes some outstanding events, but for players, this is the marquee tournament.
The All England has a very long history. It is a very famous and big tournament. Everyone wants to win the All England, and it will be a great honor to win it. And that is also the reason why I feel nervous playing in this tournament.
For me, it's just the history surrounding the tournament. It's the oldest open tournament in badminton, and when I was a young kid, it was always All England you heard about. If a Dane won All England, they will be on all the big TV shows the coming week, and you can feel it when you're there. That the atmosphere is special, and everyone is there to win, and it's everyone's dream to be an All England champion.
The Open English Championships, as it was known then, debuted in 1899. It quickly gained reputation for attracting the best and brightest badminton talent and was considered the unofficial World Championship until 1977, when the official World Championships were introduced.
Due to its history and its prestige, it's often thought of as the best Super Series event in the world. It's a very coveted title by the players, often wanting to win the Olympics, the World Champs, and then the All England.
And even for those who have long hung up their rackets and forged greater careers, the memory of playing at the tournament still remains.
The first time I entered the All England as a player, it was back in the 80s, so it's some years back. I opened the doors into the venue in the Wembley Indoor Arena, and I felt the kind of the waves coming from the past. I just picturized how it must have been like playing in the early days, the badminton, and now I'm standing there and I'm going to play. I'm going to be one of those players who has participated in this tournament. And that was very, very special to open the doors into that kind of environment.
As you would rightly expect from an event of this magnitude, it takes a lot of planning, with preparation starting 9 months in advance. Badminton England, the administrators of the sport in the UK, are the hosts. They, along with over 200 volunteers, are responsible for delivering the tournament. The championships also provide a major economic boost to any city in which it is held, and as such, there was a rush of bidders when a tender was put out last year. Birmingham, its current host city, won the bidding process and will be the All England's home for the next 7 years.
Birmingham are really engaged from grassroots through to the elite level to really get the community involved in playing the sport, but also they have a fantastic marketing department that really help us drive this event forward around the West Midlands.
The event not only continues to grow in numbers with capacity crowds during the semi-final and final days, but also in terms of presentation. Fans not only watch matches when they attend, but are also encouraged to experience other aspects of the All England. The holistic approach makes it an ideal place to launch various initiatives to help the sport. One such program is the BWF Equipment Donation Project.
So what we're doing is asking our bigger members, and through the Super Series events like the All England, which is the first one we've tried it on, this is our pilot project, to try and get our more developed nations to run donation schemes to get equipment in that we can then deliver to our smaller, less developed nations. We're talking about some really difficult areas, difficult regions, so we've got projects, for example, in East Timor, Timor-Leste, Haiti, with all the difficulties they've had, and they need support, and the kids need opportunities to play sport in a positive environment.
The players have also backed the project. World #1 shuttler Lee Chong-wei was the first to add his name and contribute equipment to the project. Others have quickly followed, using their status to drive the message to fans to get involved.
Well, I think in the future, of course, we want badminton to be a really global sport. So yeah, when children start to play, maybe one of them is a talent and maybe he goes his way and make a big progress.
The All England Championships may be over 100 years old, but it's not showing any signs of slowing down. As badminton grows, it is not only keeping pace, but on many fronts, it's leading the way. This grand lady is still blazing a trail. Did you know? Players Ra Kyung-min of South Korea and Julia Mann of England hold the record for the world's shortest badminton match, which lasted only 6 minutes.
My favourite food is ice cream.
My favourite food is tapas. My favourite movie is Anchorman.
My favourite movie is Titanic.
My favourite venue is Indonesia.
I would say probably the All England. And I've never enjoyed playing Camilla Rituyu. I find her very dangerous.
I think they're a bit old now, but my most feared opponent was Kim Dong-moon, definitely.
Quick fun.
Yeah, there's most places I've been in badminton. My favourite holiday destination would be Malaysia.
The USA.
I think I'd invite maybe Angelina Jolie to my house. I think we should leave it at that.
I would invite possibly a chef who really like maybe Marco Pierre White, and he could cook me a lovely meal. Well, I don't know. I'd be able to turn back time and stop time, so I'd never ever have to get up early.
I think I'd like as a superpower to fly, but to be the best.
I once got tickets to go and see Man United play Newcastle on Boxing Day.
I can't actually remember the last time I got a birthday present. I'm getting a bit old.
So tragic.
I'm trying to think of something. I think they stopped when I was about 18, don't they? Oh, I got over it. Yeah, my favourite birthday present was a nice watch I got.
The 2014 Swiss Open finals were dominated by China, but they didn't have it all their own way as Europe prevented a clean sweep. We start with the men's doubles, where it was an all-China affair. Chai Biao and Hong Wei took on Fu Haifeng and Zhang Nan. It was a tight first game as the pair traded blows, but it was the Chai Biao and Hong Wei duo who eventually took it 22-20. The second game was a far more straightforward affair as they eased past their compatriots 21-14. The women's doubles pitted China's Bao Yixing and Tang Jinghua against Indonesia's Nitya Krishinda Mahaswari and Gracia Polly. In a final that lasted well over an hour, it was the Indonesian pair who took the first set with a strong defensive display and counterattacks. But this strategy wouldn't last as Bao and Tang stormed back, their speed and power eventually taking them to a 19-21, 21-16, 21-13 win. The women's singles also saw an all-China matchup, with Wang Yihan taking on Sun Yu. The world number 3 came into the final as the overwhelming favourite, but was stunned in the first game. The world number 27, Sun, wrapping the game 23-21. The loss seemed to sting the number 1 seed as she upped her play to win the next 2 games with relative ease, 21-9, 21-11. In the men's finals, Denmark's Victor Axelsen was up against Tian Ho Wei from China. It was Axelsen who settled better as he cruised to 21-7 in the opening game. Ho-Wei found his rhythm in the second as he came to terms with the Danes' tactics to make it 21-16. The third was a thrilling one as both players summoned all their reserves of energy, but it was Axelsen who prevailed to claim his first Grand Prix gold 21-7, 16-21, 25-23. The final match featured English pairing Chris and Gabby Adcock taking on Chai Biao and Tang Jinghua in the mixed doubles. This was a straightforward win for the husband and wife pairing as they won it in straight sets 21-17, 21-13. The BWF circuit now heads back to Asia after a week's break. Saina Nehwal, bronze medalist at the 2012 London Olympics. Kidambi Srikanth, winner of the 2013 Thailand Open Grand Prix Gold. PV Sindhu, the first Indian to win a medal at the BWF World Championships. These are just some of the names propelling India upwards within the badminton world. Apart from their drive for success, these players have one other common denominator.
I just live my dreams through them in the sense I have been selfish, I would say. I didn't win an Olympic medal, and I think that today with Saina I have won that Olympic medal. I didn't win a World Championship medal. With Sindhu I feel that I've been able to achieve that.
Pullela Gopichand has been instrumental in grooming India's top shuttlers. And it is here at the Gopichand Badminton Academy, his brainchild, that he has helped to nurture some of the nation's finest.
When we started off, they were all just kids who would play, and then I just said, okay, come on, I'll coach you. And it was more like a hobby. I never knew that we would go this far as well. There was trust and belief.
The academy is located in Hyderabad, the largest city in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Opened in 2008, the blueprint was already being drawn up during Gopichand's playing days. As one of only 2 Indians to win the prestigious All England Championships, Gopichand had first-hand experience of the struggles and challenges faced by professional Indian players.
When I was playing, I always was struggling with getting basic things in place. In the sense, you're there, you want players to play games, you want a coach to be there, you want a trainer to be there, you want weight training.
After retiring in 2003, he was determined to set the wheels in motion, but funding proved a big obstacle. Despite his All England heroics, investors remained unconvinced with the popularity of the sport in cricket-mad India. So fierce was his passion for badminton that Gopichand's family even mortgaged their family home.
The ideas were there, the plans were ready, the money wasn't there. People would listen, but contributions weren't so much. Many of them didn't believe that it was possible that India could produce world-class badminton players. Yeah, it was a struggle, and we really needed to get my entire family to support. We kind of had to go through a tough time to get this whole place up.
Costing an estimated $2.5 million and closely modelled after Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy in Bangalore, this sprawling 2-hectare establishment boasts 8 training courts, a swimming pool, an outdoor field, a weights training room and a hostel. But Gopichand recognises the importance of his dedicated coaching staff, especially with over 100 players to care for.
We have at the academy, we have about 14 coaches, which include about 3 physios, 3 trainers and about 8 coaches. That's how we have them. Very lucky that the support staff is really good in terms of the physical work they put in, because there's long hours of work and they're motivating the players and pushing them.
A typical training day at the academy is split between 2 sessions. Players are up and about as early as 4:30 in the morning, going through technical practice until lunch. They resume in the afternoon at 3, concentrating mainly on physical work. In terms of training specifics, the experienced coaches carefully tailor programs suited for the players.
Everybody knows that this is a main physically important game, so everybody individually focus depends upon their weaknesses and strength. If their body movements are slow, we put them in the agility group, and if they don't have enough strength in there, and we put from the weight trainings which improve their strength and something like that.
Player management is a coaching philosophy laid down by Gopichan himself. It's a distinct quality of the academy. Players and staff alike have taken to the 40-year-old's devotion to the sport.
Gopi sir is really strict on court, and off court he is really very funny. Good coach to have, really good, really lucky to be under him.
He is very friendly with the players. He will guide and advise, and anything first he physically something like diet or anything, like first he will check on himself. If it is working, then he will go with the players.
I think it's very important that you are on the job, you are there to be able to take the load, and you're able to kind of pass on and help the players, and that's very important.
World-class facilities, a cast of devoted coaches, and headed by a cool-headed leader, Gopichan Badminton Academy looks set to continue its tradition of producing stars of tomorrow. This week's Player of the Week is 2011 European Junior Champion Denmark's Victor Axelsen. The 20-year-old broke Chinese dominance at the 2014 Swiss Open Grand Prix Gold in a hard-fought final against Tien Ho Wei. It is the Dane's first Grand Prix Gold win, and he is beginning to realise his huge potential. The right-hander from Onsa was the first European player to nab the World Junior Championships title back in 2010. He will be hoping this marks the beginning of a long, fruitful career. Recently spotted at the Yonex German Open at the invitation of the title sponsor was Martina Hingis, former women's tennis world #1, who became the world's youngest Grand Slam winner when she won the Australian Open singles title in 1997. We at Badminton Unlimited took this opportunity to catch up with the Swiss belle to talk badminton.
Well, I used to play a little bit myself, also part of a training. Sometimes it was nice to have another sport, do another sport as part of training next to tennis, and also keep the flexibility. I used to play squash, swimming, skiing. I always tried a lot of different sports, and badminton is very fast. I mean, I think it's very helpful also for tennis because you need the reaction time. It's much shorter than in tennis, and yeah, I think as part of doing something else and not hitting tennis balls all day long, it's very nice to change the sport and play badminton.
A true sportswoman who enjoys both racket games, the multiple Grand Slam winner is no stranger to the mental and physical discipline that is required in the sport.
I think it's first is the discipline that you need to have to train, because I think it's a very demanding, very physical, very hard sport. So a lot of people just do it as a social sport on the amateur level, which is nice as well. But yeah, to watch the pros is amazing. It's so demanding and it's so fast, and I was able to watch it a couple times at the highest level, you know, Olympics or World Championships, and I admire the people who have the willpower to train so hard for, you know, 6 hours a day, and it's very tough.
Though both tennis and badminton are rather similar, Hingis believes that the speed and agility needed in badminton is something she still has to work on.
It's very fast when it comes at you, like straight at you, and then all of a sudden it slows down. So it's the coordination is very important to get it at the right time. Obviously, compared to tennis, you can't hit a two-handed backhand, so I have a little bit more trouble on the left upper side because we don't use as much wrist work as well as there is in badminton. But I love the sport. I mean, when you find it's a very social sport, you always find people to play with, and if they're your level, then it's more fun. When you play with someone who's really good at it, then you're like running a lot, so it's a good exercise.
Her general love for the sport means you could catch Martina Hingis at a badminton tournament near you in the future. And if you do, feel free to approach this easygoing beauty for a picture or two. While the world of badminton had their eyes on the ongoing excitement of the All England Open Championships, the people behind the scenes of the Badminton World Federation, or BWF, were hard at work. Over at the Crowne Plaza Hotel in Birmingham, smartly attired members of the BWF Council gathered for the first council meeting of 2014. Made up of representatives from each continent who are elected every 4 years, the Council is the backbone of the Federation. Led by BWF President and newest IOC member since February 7th this year, Paul-Erik Høyer, the Council meets 3 times a year to discuss strategies that will help improve and develop the game of badminton into a worldwide sport.
It's very important that all people are represented in the council meetings, because I find that these meetings are where we make the decisions. We have the discussions as well. So therefore I look forward to see all the members participating.
Tapping on the diverse badminton knowledge of these council members, the meetings evaluate the current BWF plans and discuss long-term strategic initiatives that may have a major impact on the sport globally.
I mean, at every council meeting, we really both evaluate our present status of whatever activities we have ongoing. We also have more long-term strategic reviews where we look forward, try to predict where it would be good to take the sport, and really just trying to get a holistic approach to the development, but also be sure that everybody is involved in our community around the development. I mean, we want the whole world to play badminton.
At the top of the BWF Council's agenda this time was the inclusion of para-badminton in the 2020 Paralympic Games in Tokyo. Having progressed to the second stage of the application, Mr. Høyer explains the significance of having the sport included at the Paralympic Games.
Well, para-badminton is growing. I have seen a lot of developments in this area, and I think we have a great sport, actually. I think we are fulfilling all the criteria, so in that aspect I definitely do hope that we will be the one being picked as the sport coming into the next Paralympics, which will be in 2020 Tokyo.
We are excited being part of that game because we actually think we can contribute to the excitement. I mean, I watched actually now many matches, and it's extremely entertainment to watch these matches, and it's very, very special, and I think we really have something to contribute with.
The BWF Council meeting coincided with International Women's Day this year, and it was the perfect opportunity for the Council to announce the Peace and Sport Cup Women in Badminton Dubai 2014. To be held next month, the Peace and Sport Cup hopes to encourage women's participation in sports in the Arabic region and at the same time foster cross-cultural goodwill, friendship and peace, and will also include coaching workshops and training for technical officials.
This is specifically an area where we would like to contribute for the women who has a possibility to play against each other, doing sports, doing some exercises as well. And I think badminton can contribute in this area. And we respect that there is equal possibilities for not only young and old, but also men and women. And we are putting up programs to enable women to participate.
With the BWF's main focus of not just regulating, but also promoting, managing and developing badminton worldwide, the BWF Council members continue to work tirelessly in making badminton one of the most popular sports in the world.